No, this is not just a love story along the line, although this romance did indeed flourish on a steam railway. Today, we want to show you how the young can be involved and enjoy a full part in operating a museum railway in the company of experienced volunteers and staff. But first, I would like to explain a little of the background to this film. FedEx, the European Federation of Museum and Tourist Railways, represents the operators of heritage railways and steam centres throughout Europe, from the Atlantic to the Urals. In order to run our trains, we rely heavily on those who are prepared to devote to them their time and skills. They are our volunteers. If we are to prosper, or even survive in the future, it is vital that we involve our young and encourage them to take part in the wide range of activities which give so much pleasure and satisfaction to so many. This short film, we hope, will show you why and how. We chose for our venue the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, where Caroline and Jean-Marie got married. They are both members of Train 1900, whose president, Albert Volta, explains the background to their adventure.
Oui, notre aventure ici au Fond de Gras, elle a débuté en 1970. On était une toute jeune équipe à ce moment-là.
Our adventure started in 1970. We were passionate for steam trains, which were disappearing at that time, along with the steel industry.
We
were all very young, largely because we could not motivate the older generation at the time. They, of course, could see the difficulties, whereas we were keen to push ahead. But we eventually succeeded in bringing the railway back to life as the Train 1900. Our first train ran in 1973, and over the years we have had to introduce new blood. We have always had young people, and we've had no problem integrating them in the different types of activity.
Par exemple, l'année passée, on a circulé quelques 40 jours.
For example, last year we had 40 days of steam operation. That requires a large number of people. Indeed, we need a minimum of 8 people to run the train over our line, which is 7 kilometers long. As a small team, we rotate our jobs which prevent them from becoming boring. So each member is instructed in all the possible tasks which he or she might be asked to carry out. Since our association has currently 25 active members on whom we can rely to help on a regular basis, it is important that we retain full flexibility.
moi, c'est mon mari qui m'a amené.
It was my husband who introduced me to the railway soon after we met. He showed me all this and I fell in love with it from the outset, because I enjoy the mechanical aspect, particularly as it is so unusual. I spent all my youth here. I grew up here. This railway formed a large part of my life. So for me, it became obvious that I needed to find a wife who at least appreciated what I was doing, or even better, actually liked what I was doing and supported it. Luckily, I found her. Indeed, we spend so much time here that it would be difficult for someone who did not understand it to cope with it.
C'est vrai que les hommes de cette association passent énormément de temps ici, même pour ainsi dire tous les week-ends, et c'est important que les femmes soient aussi intégrées.
During the operating days, women play an especially important role. They are the point of contact with the customers. They sell the tickets, they cook, sell drinks, and so on.
Certaines roulent en locomotive à vapeur.
Some even drive steam engines.
Pour moi, c'était...
For me, it wasn't so difficult to integrate because Jean-Marie made a lot of effort to teach me. He had a lot of patience, and above all, he explained the technical terms which can be difficult for a beginner to understand.
Quand moi je grandis ici, c'était mon père qui m'a tout appris.
As I grew up here, I learnt everything from my father. Over the years, I saw how things were done repeatedly, and I was able to absorb the detail and the techniques. I applied the same method when teaching my wife. No one can understand everything all at once at first, or how it works. You have to explain it, and not to lose one's patience, and then to explain it all over again, as it's something that's both special and important. However, if you have someone keen to learn, he or she will learn very quickly. You cannot expect to learn it all at once. It's like a long form of apprenticeship. What helped me to develop my skills was that I was given a lot of responsibility early on. We organized a steam gala together. From the outset, I learnt how to shunt the diesel engine and take care of the steam locomotives. These were big responsibilities which gave me a lot of satisfaction. We like doing things together. To maintain interest, you have to mix restoration and repair work with operating duties so that volunteers can enjoy themselves and learn a lot of different things.
Il faut que les nouveaux membres aient des postes attrayants à faire.
New members must have interesting jobs so that they do not lose interest or hope and think there's nothing for them to do.
C'est un monde fermé où je n'ai rien à chercher.
Bon, moi, j'adore venir passer mes week-ends ici parce qu'il y a une très bonne ambiance dans le club.
The association has a wonderful ambience and a strong team spirit.
Très bien discuté. On passe ces week-ends au grand air.
I also enjoy working in the open air.
Il y a un grand esprit d'équipe et de groupe parce qu'on ne fait pas rouler un train tout seul, quoi. Donc on fait ça vraiment en club, en association.
Ça, c'est aussi un point très important. L'association, beaucoup de choses sont seulement possibles parce qu'on est...
Many things are only possible because we work as a team, which is especially important for large restoration projects, which require thousands of man-hours. We're not only spending time with the trains here, but we also visit other railways together, and we have many other hobbies such as motorcycles which we enjoy together.
Alors moi j'ai encore une petite anecdote amusante, c'est que mon travail actuel...
In fact, I think I can say I got my current job largely due to the railway. As my boss extracted my CV from the pile of job applications on his desk because he was intrigued to meet this girl who is driving steam locomotives. No doubt he thought that if Caroline could drive a train, she would also drive his enterprise forward equally well, as clearly she was not shy of accepting responsibility.
Moi, je suis venu avec mon père ici depuis que je suis tout petit. Ça me plaisait beaucoup.
I came here with my father when I was quite small. I liked working in all the areas he did, like doing carpentry, working on the steam locomotives, and I've learnt a lot by working on this and other subjects.
C'est comme ça que j'ai appris beaucoup de choses ici en travaillant sur ces sujets-là. Pour venir ici, il ne faut pas avoir de talent particulier, il ne faut pas avoir fait des études supérieures ou de mécanicien.
To come here, you do not have to have any special talent or skills, but you learn as you go along from experience.
Et c'est comme ça qu'on peut savoir travailler dans tous les domaines.
Dan moesten we de 29. Dat is. Ja, dat is het rustje. Oké, dan gaan we los.
Een drap snel is erop. Zo, dan erin.
Nu moeten we eens kans aan de deur.
Die moet kans door deze gaan.
Ja. Zo, meer moesten we nog even high. Oké. Dan is het toekomen.
Bon, moi j'étais en somme prédestiné pour venir dans cette association.
I was predestined to become a member of this association because when I was young, I lived in stations. Indeed, when I was a child, I played on Thursday afternoons at the station of Fond de Grace. I come from a railwayman's family. Everyone worked on the railway. However, so far as I was concerned, I didn't work on the railway, but in the steel industry. I was one of the founder members of the association as I lived in the neighbourhood, so I was among the first to rebuild this railway.
J'étais directement des premiers pour revivre ici et pour ériger de nouveau tout ce chemin de fer. Et étant marié, on a des enfants.
When I acquired my own family, I hoped to give my wife some relief by bringing my children here on Saturday afternoons.
J'ai tous mes enfants ici au Fond de Grâce. Et heureux sont les enfants qui peuvent se salir le samedi après-midi.
Of course, children are very happy to get dirty. Indeed, those that don't, more often than not, fall ill. Here they had every opportunity to play with coal, cinders and oil, and so this young man, my son, thoroughly enjoyed himself. We also gave him some jobs to do, little ones at first. For example, cleaning the engine, clearing the cinders. And in doing so, he got himself thoroughly filthy. But at the same time, he learnt something on the way. So he too grew up on the railway and in turn inherited my genes. This steam railway was brought back to life by young people. Now, as they grow older, they are ensuring its future by continuing to recruit the young to keep it alive. So there you have it. You have seen how much satisfaction their involvement in the steam railway has given those young people. Why don't you come and see for yourself?